Hi, everybody. Welcome to Creature Corner with Jared Krichevsky. I am Jared Krichevsky. I want to thank our sponsors, Lenovo and AMD, AMC, and AMD, not AMC, AMD. Pardon the mush mouth. I'm a creature and character concept artist working in the industry today. I've worked on things like Megan, Dungeons and Dragons, and the latest thing that I worked on, which is out now, is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I'm also a Gnomon instructor as well. I've been teaching there for 10 years, teaching creature modeling and sculpting and introduction to ZBrush. Thanks for joining me this week. Here on Creature Corner, we're going to be doing MerMay Part 2. And on our continuing road to Monsterpalooza. So, if you have been following at all, we're on the road to Monsterpalooza. We have been doing this for 7 months at least, planning, myself and Millard. Matt could not make it tonight. Matt has a lot going on tonight. He's got a lot going on right now. He's trying to move. He's trying to prep for Monsterpalooza. So as you can imagine, that's a lot going on. But he will join us next week where we do our Road to Monsterpalooza pre-game show. Okay, so if you don't know what Monsterpalooza is it is a convention held at the Pasadena Convention Center from the weekend of June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And there are, it's just a huge monster con. You'll see costumes, makeup demos. There are items for sale. And myself and Matt Millard are going to be there with a booth with some surprises and fun things like that. So that's what the plan is. So while that sounds insane, and it is, we're just going to hang out and do some MerMay Part 2. What's up, Sterling? Good to see you, man. Yes. All right. So whence we last left, I've got MerMay, and basically I've been using this as kind of my like in between stream and demos where I'll like build something on the stream. I'll like demo for it in class and then bring it back on the stream. So it's been a nice way to kind of like get some extra time in there and share it all with you. Yes, sir. We're going to do some scurry mermaids. Some scurry mermaids. All right. So pretty much where I was thinking of finishing this off is I've got the fins now. I'm going to, kind of mess this up because right now it's still a little bit kind of clean just because this is all modeled in. So I'm going to mess that up a little bit and basically just go to Noodletown and sculpt some scary wrinkles and things like that. So come hang out with me and we'll do some mermaids, right? We're going to get real scary. I think basically the last things I want to do are kind of like plant the hands on the ground, which is a quick solution, and really just polish that like last little bits of it. I want to add some more characters, some more like maybe kind of like whiskery kind of things. Big fan of, anytime you can put some fins in there and have some fun. And I think it's looking pretty scary. But the question is can we get scarier? Can we make this thing even scarier? Here we go. Yeah, man. about to make some mermaid. So last kind of like section. Really, anytime I'm like trying to get some like energy back in there, I'll go sculpt the head. Work on the head for a little bit. I want the skin here to feel like really thin. I'll probably put some scales kind of around the face too. Right now, I'm just thinking all the skin is kind of like really thin around this area. Let's see what's out now. It's like all about pushing details, adding a symmetry, adding some interest. Sometimes it kind of like feels hard to shift gears because I've been working on a different creature during the day, and then having to like pick up something else. You kind of have to like shift gears a little bit. Like, oh, I'm working on a mermaid. Well, I think the Little Mermaid is actually out. Anyone going to see that?
I've been waiting for this.
You've been waiting. We got James behind us, DJ James. Going to be running the music. James, are you going to see the Little Mermaid?
I can't take it anymore.
So yes, he's very excited. Yeah. Oh no. It's 2.5 hours. It's 2.5 hours. I don't care how realistic it is. Please don't make it 2.5 hours. Couldn't cut that down just like a little bit. I think these need to be more like more scaly, maybe. Or like this could be like gills. So I'll kind of like push in the depth at the end. So you make a stroke, push in at the end. Push in at the end. Just kind of cheat that. Yeah, right? Just push in a little depth. Really, Damien Standard brush is the most powerful brush. What brushes do you use? Like 10, maybe. Yeah, we're in MerMay, buddy. Well, lots of like interesting little details to stare at. That vague semblance of humanity. This is a horrible creature from the depths. Like this is not your Little Mermaid. It's really scary shapes. Sharp, pointy, scary shapes. There we go. Look at that. Just by watch what happens if you put the eyes down low. It's a different kind of mean, and then you put them up. It gets kind of like wild and crazy. Crazed, violent eyes. I thought about doing the little parasite, the little tongue parasite. Maybe they're, yeah, right. I'll have to make some good scales brushes today. Maybe that's what my task show that. Don't get locked into one view. You gotta move around this thing. So I think I need to scale the eyes. So, transpose set. I'm going to scale these up a little bit. What is it about mermaids? They've kept us captivated with them for so long. Half fish, half person. I'm ready to merge. Merge this head down. Merge it with the body. Might as well. Okay. Go to your gear. Hit the wrong button. No. You remesh by union. Boom. Now it's all one mesh. Sculpt and blend away as you please. Like every day I get a new appreciation for Damien's standard brush. Now, I don't know how this happened. This weird, let's see what's going on here. Let's see if we can run away. So much, oh, that's right. Thank you. Total amateur hour, Jared. Rip. Even I forget sometimes, okay. There's a lot of buttons to remember. All right, there we go. James, always saving my bacon. It's been a lot of times that James has saved us. Yeah, merge away. Just move forward, right? You can get paralyzed on a sculpt. And like second guess every decision and stroke that you make. But you just gotta move forward. Keep like just pushing it forward. Make a little bit of progress. You get stuck on an area. Move around. Work on a different area. Like, keep it loose and then like just have fun. But you got to know some rules, right? If you want to make anything that you want to make, you got to know some rules. You got to know good shapes. That's all, you know. Good shapes, good anatomy, or passable anatomy. You just got to spend a lot of time sculpting. That's it. It's kind of like shark-like, which is kind of cool. A little bit goblin shark. find a shape you like, and if it works, you keep it. If not, you can rewind, go back. See, now I don't like it. It's in there somewhere. Eventually, you have to just find a shape you like and go with it. Usually, the most successful shapes are triangles because they're scary. It looks a bit like a bat or something, too. While I'm doing this, I'm thinking about maybe some details covered in maybe barnacles or like crusty sea critter stuff. Thinking along the lines of Pirates of the Caribbean. So maybe I'll have to make some brushes. So I'm going to leave the shoulders somewhat barren. Just realized I need to grab my smooth stronger. There we go. Great trick. Just want to look like it's just kind of like flopped, you know, onto this rock. A lot of weight pushing down, gravity. Okay. Oh, see, with the symmetry, I lost my my tail there. That's what happened. Not to worry. We can always do it again. So instead, yeah, I like the worm tail though. I don't want to lose that. All right. Even if you mess up, just keep going forward. You may have to do it again, but you always do it faster the second time, right? Once you know how to build a scary mermaid worm tail, you know, it gets easy. Maybe we can make this even better. Maybe it looks like a bunch of worm tails, kind of like weaving in and out on top of each other. There's probably some, I got some good ways that, yeah, that'd be kind of fun. Let's do that. And I think I got the tool for the job. So first turn this on, and I'm gonna make sure that I turn size and flip the fall off. I wish it came by default, but it doesn't. Boom. There we go. Okay, now we have our nice tapered worm tail. And let's do this. That way it doesn't taper all the way to the end. And we are also going to turn on bend start, bend end. Make sure those are turned on. We're going to turn on lock start and lock end. And we can hook those guys up. Thank you, Shang Tsung. So nice of him. Your brother's soul is mine. Alright. So now we got this thing where like the tail's not long enough. What do? You go to the stroke and you turn on elastic. Allows you to pull out some extra worm tail. And now you can really design it your way. There you go. Just treat it like it's a little clay tube. And you're just kind of pulling it around and shaping it until you're happy. Let's get that. I want it out of the way of the hands here. There we go. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to tap to delete the curve, split masked points. A nice little, we got a nice little worm tail. Again, this is not like a standard mermaid where it's like human plus fish. This is like a hagfish mermaid. This is like an eel mermaid, you know. This is a bad mermaid. Okay, so now we got our little tube here. I'm going to subdivide it, delete lower, store morph target, go to my cloth pull, and I need a few more polys for that. I'm also going to go to my dynamics and keep the firmness up for the moment. This is just to get some like basic kind of wrinkles here. I'm also not dealing with collisions too. Yes. How am I doing? Hey, Andrew. Man, it's been a week. It's been a long week. But I'm here. I'm at work. And so it's been a long week. I know just Matt and I both have been like just tested to the limits. We are pushing ourselves so hard on you guessed it, the road to Monsterpalooza.
Show me what you got.
See, I had to do it. You know I had to do it. But man, we are here. We are excited. We are very, very tired. But we're gonna. That's why it's very important to give yourself a little bit of rest. So Matt, like I said, he's trying to move to another state. So he's got some stuff. He's got a lot going on. And he's prepping for Monsterpalooza.
Wait, what?
Yeah. He's moving to another state. And he's wrapping up a job. So he's got a lot going on. So we are very, very close. But we're excited because, Matt and I have been talking about this for months now, and we are only 2 weeks away. So, yeah, we are printing. I just got my printer up and running again. And when we're not printing, we're painting and ordering and just getting everything, collecting and boxing and labeling, uh, you know, going through all the last things on our checklist, just so we can like feel that we, went to Monsterpalooza in the best way that we can. So it's exciting. It's something that like it's a bucket list thing that I've wanted to do since I first learned about Monsterpalooza many years ago. I've been going for you know probably like 7 or 8 years. Um, so I love it every time, and I've always wanted to participate in it. So this is a very exciting opportunity uh, to be housed among legends, right? Legends of the monster, and then share our own monsters. Very exciting. Very, very exciting. Um, and truly, I cannot thank Matt enough. Dude has been my rock. He is, yeah, he is truly. He has kept this thing afloat, man, truly, and I'm eternally grateful. Also, thanks to my friend Josh Potter for all his help. He's been helping me, teaching me how to mold and cast, and it's been crazy, and the amount of like new things I've been learning and pushing, and it's been a lot, but it's also been extremely rewarding. So it can say that when you're on the threshold, you're going to be pushed to your limits, but that's how you grow. You don't grow in your comfort zone, right? You grow when you're forced to push yourself a little bit more. So you can see I'm using I use the cloth brush just as a kind of guide for some wrinkles. But I'm not letting it I'm not letting it control me. I'm controlling it. I might use it in conjunction with the move tool. Maybe some color, so we get a little bit of color separation. Let's go to my paint bucket. There you go. Ooh, too bright, too much. Just to tell where this is all going. Okay. Now I said I was going to do some other like tubey worm things coming off of this as well. I am going to grab the Curve Alphas brush. It basically allows you to draw out something based on an alpha. If I go back to the standard UI, you can see this is the alpha right here that it's drawing from. So I can use it, in conjunction with any of these guys right here. Let's see what that one does. Kind of makes some fibrous looking things. Let's try. Well, it looks like that has too many. Let's go to stroke now and turn on all the things. And let's affect the curve modifier. Okay, should be good. Yeah. Let's go back to my Monstro. It's a little flat, but it's kind of fun. I think we'll just go back to the curved tubes now. Just use that. Oh, there we go. So this is kind of like attaching to the body here. This is kind of like a part of it. Like it just breaks off into all of these like little smaller tails. It doesn't have to make sense, it just has to be gross. Because that's really what I'm here for. Just a little bit of the gross. Just use a little bit of cloth. You can even turn on dynamics for this. Run just a small, oh, see. Maybe run just a little bit, no? Doesn't matter. Okay. Let's do another one. This one's coming around like right about here. Around we go, and then this one kind of curls off. Okay. Close. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah. Seeing it's kind of draped over it, you know, and then it kind of curls over and down and back, and then around. You know, it's got to kind of wrap over this place. Which, since I'm here and I'm looking at it, and I'm going to have to deal with this anyway, might as well address the base and the hands. Okay. So first thing. Oh, great question. If I had the power to raise any dormant monster movie franchise, what would you pick and why? Great question. I mean, like Creature from the Black Lagoon. No one's done anything with that in years. There have been lots of pitches that have apparently developed and kind of fallen through over the years. I personally think there's a really modern and cool way to tell Creature from the Black Lagoon that could play into a lot of like modern day anxieties. So that's what I think. You know, but besides that, you know, I think Killer Clowns from Outer Space needs a proper, like, could be a cool kind of proper reboot. So I love, yeah, Killer Clowns, man. I love the old, like, Trauma movie. Clowns are terrifying. It would have to be like a, you know, horror comedy. Obviously, the premise is silly of Killer Clowns. So you kind of lean into it, but also you do it in like a very modern and kind of cool aesthetic. Um, you know, maybe like you like. I think director just makes so much of a difference. Like if you tell me like Fede Alvarez is doing a Killer Clowns movie, I'm like, yes, I'm on board. So I think he's doing the next Alien movie. But like, can you imagine him doing a Killer Clowns movie, or like Sam Raimi? Sam Raimi would slay it too, but it would be a totally different vibe. So yeah, like Andrew V. Yeah, it would be interesting. There's a lot of horror directors I think who could tackle it in a kind of like modern and cool way. I you know that's the thing is like people love these monster movies and have for years, uh, and it kind of goes through ebbs and flows. Uh, so I think ebbs and flows wise, we need like an absurd kind of swing back. Like our movies have gotten very formulaic, very standard, you know, paint by numbers. We have also gotten some great horror too. But for every great horror, there's a lot of them that are just kind of I'm wondering if like the arm should be more spread out like that. Somewhere in the middle, there's like a cool. So since I've got the arms at the length I like, I can just move the environment kind of match. Aha, right? You don't need to, you know, I'm not an environment sculptor. I'm just trying to make something that fits a cool character.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's right. I have things to do. Let's go ahead and merge everything.
I need it.
What was that? What was that one? What was that from? Sponge? Oh, okay. I didn't hear the SpongeBob in there, so I was extremely frightened. Which is good, because I want to be scared. We're making scary mermaids. Scary mermaids, creature mermaids. Yeah, Creature from the Black Lagoon. I know that they probably had a lot of pitches over the years. I've seen concept artwork. There was a maquette that, let me see. Okay, so Creature from the Lagoon. Unmade. Let's try unmade movie. Unmade movie. I mean, it's probably it's the amount of pitches that have probably been tossed at the studio over the years. This one was a very famous one. John Carpenter apparently took a stab at it. Which, can you imagine that? So it's been like, oh man, that just, whew, that's so cool. So here you go, all the lost kind of All the Lost Ones. Guillermo del Toro, yeah, famously, he pitched Creature from the Black Lagoon, and they said no because he wanted the woman to fall in love with the creature. So he went on to make Shape of Water. He made it. He's like, I'll do it my own way. James Gunn apparently had pitched it as well. So it's like, can you imagine a John Carpenter made Creature from the Black Lagoon? Like, we could have had that. We could have had that. Yeah, this is one of the famous maquettes that made it in the pitch or made it, up to the pitch. And Zachary Berger, I think, is Zachary Berger also took, I think, did quite a bit of work on some pitches. He had posted it at some point. I don't see it here, but I know he's pitched. I know he's pitched his work, or he showed his pitch work. He just worked on a little movie called Avatar 2: Way of Water. Designing head designer of all the creatures. So just check out his work in general, because look at that, it's just gorgeous, right? What a phenomenal artist. Didn't think I'd get sidetracked talking about creatures. Well, it's Creature Corner. I didn't think I'd be talking about Avatar, but here we go. Isn't that gorgeous? Translucency right there is so cool. Got to get that translucency in there. Yes. Yes, sir, Zachary. Anyway, so he also did some pitch work, I think, for a version of Creature from the Black Lagoon that I thought was phenomenal. So lots of people have tried, and I think it's languishing because they don't know what to do with it. No, and truth is you always gotta just update it for the modern audience. It's sad. What about the Mummy? Bring back the Mummy. Brendan Fraser's hot again. Let's do it. I mean, dude just won an Oscar, right? Put him back in the Mummy. I'm sure he wants nothing to do with it.
My man.
But look, he can do that if he wants, and I wouldn't stop him. Working the environment, adjusting everything. We got these little tendrils going around. We're going to make more of these. Don't worry. I want to have a few that are kind of underneath as well. So now I'm going to turn off snap. So I want it to go through. And underneath. It's like it's underneath the body and twisting. Kind of curls up over here. This. Yeah, I know there's a lot of the Dark Universe got wildly kind of criticized before it had a chance to really get off of the ground, and I think that's kind of a bummer. You know, mostly, the like I thought the Tom Cruise Mummy was fine, right? Like it wasn't great, it wasn't bad. It was just kind of like, it was fine. Um, but where they really could have had a good chance, is after Lee Wanell's the Invisible Man, which was fantastic. And I think, because they had Blumhouse behind that movie was so good, and it was such a good, tense, like tight thriller. I really think like he hit it out of the park with that. And since then, like nobody's done anything. Like Ryan Gosling was going to play the Wolfman at one point, and that never happened. You never saw Invisible Man, dude. It's fantastic, and it was just it was a fantastic update, man, and that's a great recommendation right there. If we're talking about monsters, but that's like, I think that's like the root is you update, the monsters in a modern world. Yeah, dude, and it's so cool, and scary as hell. That was actually one of the last movies I saw in theaters before the pandemic. Was The Invisible Man. The Invisible Man. I've been talking about it, but yeah, that came out in 2020. Maybe that's why it just got buried by the times. Um, but it's so good, dude. No. Invisible Man. There you go. Yeah, it's really spooky, and it's mostly what's her name? I'm going to do this thing where it like to look Elizabeth Moss. There it is. Um, it's mostly Elizabeth Moss kind of like looking around in rooms, but she's all alone, and it's scary as shit, man. This movie is fantastic. So I loved it. It scared me in theaters. But I think like that's the root, man. That's how you do it. Now I think they're having a hard time with like how do you put the Wolfman in the same kind of modern scenario. Who let him in here? Guys, who let a werewolf in here? He teleported. Sneaky, futuristic werewolf. Okay. So what do you think? Does that look like a mass of kind of like tail, tentacle things? I think so. Too much? Or not enough? See, because now I can take this and like duplicate it. And use the cloth. And this time, I'm going to lower the dynamics. I think I also want to turn on self-collisions. Maybe turn that firmness up again. There we go. That way it looks like it's kind of like twisting around. Okay, I think that's good. I don't want to lose the overall shape and mass here. Oh man, Reanimator would be really cool. I think Reanimator is definitely due for a proper, like, terrifying version of it. Like Fede Alvarez's Reanimator. Like, come on. He could do it. I don't know why Fede Alvarez. Well, I just watched the Evil Dead remake not too long ago, and it's so good. Yeah, someone said The Mummy. Yeah. Yeah, by the third one, I was kind of I was out of it. Like I didn't love the third one. The second one is great, and then they spun it off into like the Scorpion King and blah blah blah. Okay, time to subdivide one more time. Plant everything in there. Subdivide, delete lower, and now we can do. Oops. Let's turn off collisions. Now let's turn down. There you go. It's just really fun to make skin this way. So it kind of bunches up around here, and then it travels this way. It's just really fun to make skin slide. And if you do a little sculpting with it, it actually kind of directs the cloth where to go. What's up, man? It's nice to see you. Nottawood. Good to see you, buddy. Nottawood and I go way back. In the before times, in the long, long ago. It was great times, man. It was fun. It was a lot of fun working with you. Oh, dear. Now we're just getting old. Okay. Need to inflate this. Set this back down on the ground. There we go. Just want to make sure that everything's kind of contacting. I want to, like, in case I decide to print this, I don't want to leave any gaps or anything. I think I got warped out of place quite a bit. This is why you store a morph target. Make, like, storing a morph target like a habit. Let's see. If I do decide to print this, because I don't have time for, like, yet another print at the moment. I have like way too much stuff. But I would keep this all one kind of fluid line. That way it's all like it kind of rests on the base and then comes out. So this is a good point to kind of go like this. I debated showing Keen tonight, but my brain is toast. I don't have I don't have the bandwidth for keying and engineering tonight, but like I gotta think about that shit. But it'd be fun if this was all kind of like one cool shape. We're going to make some monsters. I want to be sure not to like lose too much of the structure. Because that's one thing cloth can do. You'll lose a lot of the shape with it. So you're kind of like back and forth. Nothing a little clay buildup can't fix. It's all about good shapes. All right. So I've got the massive tentacles here. Base is kind of met up to here. Just want to make sure that all the collisions feel good. She's actually pressing her weight down on it. Part of your world. Okay, cool. I think I need some more tube tentacles. What do you think? This time, maybe we turn off elastic. It's interesting. That if I turn off symmetry, it disappears. I've never actually played with that before. Turn it back on. Boop. Isn't that fun? It's amazing how you can like use this one program over and over, and it still teaches you stuff. I will also be doing a demo at the Maxon booth, Monsterpalooza. Matt will be doing one on Sunday. Yeah, I am at I believe 3:30 on Saturday, and Matt is 1:30 on Sunday. Come on by the Maxon booth, and we'll be there. We'll just be sculpting. We can try to chuck popcorn into our mouths. And we will clap for you like seals. All right. Let's have some fun there. It's a good space for some fun. Let's see. I gotta work on the wrists real quick because there's this blatant jabby point there that doesn't really work. You can see what else has gone wrong, like all this weird stuff. That happened because I was deflating it a little bit. This is why I recommend putting your symmetry on a hotkey. This is what I do. So it allows me to mirror it over, cut it in half, flip it over to the other side if I need to, and then more. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. And mirror it over. Boom. That's the other thing I have tacked onto a hotkey is solo. So I can work on an element at a time. Come back.
Very nice.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, well, you're my friend. Gotta finish this up and detail this up. Go. Okay, body looks better. Probably go ahead and fuse the arms in. I think I'm feeling confident, which is probably a mistake. Okay, we did it. Can he remember to turn off activate symmetry? He did it!
It's alive!
We made it. Do we have any evil laughs? I know we got Shang Tsung. There it is. Oh, man. You just want your brother's soul, that's all. Okay. Now we're just having some fun with some details, pushing in some shapes. Right? Look, she's a mermaid. She doesn't have to be modest.
Amazing.
You know, she's gonna devour your flesh and consume you while you're still alive. I don't make the rules. We got to get some barnacles and scales going soon. First, we got to sync all this together. Cut in some shapes here. What's going on with this? Maybe close holes, and I think that will fix it. There we go, we did it. Oh, there we go. Boom. You can even sculptress this a little bit out, and that will. There you go. If your mesh is too dense, just isolate the portion of it. Turn on sculptures, smooth it out. I know. So cool. Just want to kind of look like fish spines, fishy spines. It resembles human anatomy, but it's not really. Just as important to use Alt as it is to use when you're using the standard brush. Like build out and then push in underneath. It's all about getting those shadows to read. I'll kind of like skip the stroke here. So I'll do like 1, 2, then dodge. That creates kind of like a cool, skinny kind of pattern here. You can even pinch too. A little pinch at the ends. Look at that. Isn't that nice? It's pretty fun. Boom. All right, I should throw this into render. Just to take a look. She doesn't have a blowhole to expunge blood a la Cabin in the Woods. I know, that's why I stayed away from it, because of the Cabin in the Woods. You know, it's hard to do a different kind of mermaid. Yeah, it's looking gross. Pretty happy with it. Okay, so I got to fix the fin, and the hands are done. Tail looks appropriately gross. This will be a lot of fun to sculpt some wrinkles on. More hair dreads. Let's see. A little bit more work on the face. Got to get some barnacles and some scales. And then we can throw some poly paint on top of this and start separating out materials. Having some fun that way.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, right. We're gonna just we're gonna plan this out. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time. Okay. All right. So, first thing that was bothering me, and this is why we have to look at things in the render, because you miss stuff, and then you kind of go to the first thing that bothers you. So in that case, it was the nose that was bothering me. That was like the first thing. Like you have 3 seconds to like decide on something. And so the nose was bothering me. So I said, aha. I said, it's the nose. That already feels much better and scarier, right? We're looking for scary shapes. These over the boobas. So it's just covering. Maybe I can take this one duplicate that one around, duplicate it down one more. Start to break symmetry. I just feel like I want a lot of these like little ones. I was always a fan of like Davy Jones. Clearly. Clearly I'm a fan of Davy Jones. Actually, I have a few Davy Jones toys. I have a NECA Davy Jones in the back. I love it. Okay. All right. I think it's barnacle time. But first, we have to save. Oh, before it's barnacle time, we got to fix the fins. One last, we got to fix this stuff. Okay. Subdivided a couple times. We got some. It's probably good. Store morph target. Use cloth. Dynamics. Yeah, let's try collision. I don't know. See how it's going to kind of wrap over it. It's interesting, but not enough. Okay. Let's turn off collision. Okay. So cloth isn't going to work with it. So I'm just going to use standard brush and kind of scrub over it. Backface mask is not turned on. Also, you can go ahead and get rid of this fin. Spare part. So with like thin surfaces, you have to really plan them out, I think. And I deleted that geometry, but I start with a flat piece, no thickness geometry to block out the shape. Extrude thickness, do whatever like polygonal modeling you need to do. That's what I did here. Is I just did little bevels and then extruded these loops in. And then now to add some more kind of interest, because it was, it's a little boring, or it's a little too flat and perfect, to scrub over it with the standard brush. That'll kind of break up the shapes a little bit more. And in this case, you don't want backface masking turned on, because you want to be able to like scrub through to the other side. Just want to break those shapes up. Maybe I'm doing too much. I don't know. That's why we store a morph target. And we switch it back. See what looks better. Make a morph target a part of your regular diet. Morph target. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay. All right, cool. We've got just a little bit of that. I'm going to clay polish, which is also nice. That just kind of crisps everything up a little bit. Clay polish again. Boom. That looks nice. Okay. I said I would do it, and we're going to do it. We're going to get some barnacles in there. First thing, I'm going to just go ahead and Dynamash. Pretty good. That should be enough. The thing is you're going to want like a nice even surface to work with, and that's why I'm dynameshing, is because all the mesh is very even all the way across. All right. So next up, I should probably look up barnacles. So if I'm going to make a brush, I should probably do this. Yeah, look at these things. Weird, yeah, weird looking little critters. Interesting. I think this one will probably be like the easiest one to kind of pull off quickly. Somewhere kind of like in this realm. These ones feel too kind of big. You know, they're kind of dominating, and you would want to do it on like a much bigger animal. I like these little guys right here, and I like these guys too. Look at that weird, kind of looks like a puzzle piece shape. It's kind of cool. So I think we're gonna go with this guy. Like this is gonna be our like main one for now. Just create a plane, make it a poly mesh. Okay. And I like to hide the 2 edge loops here. I know. Well, we'll get there. Okay. Next thing is you turn off smooth in subdivide. So I'll show you where that is. Right here under divide, where you would normally subdivide, there's the smooth right next to it. You want to make sure you turn that off, because that gives you this little rounded corner, and that can leave you with like little artifacts when you make a brush. That's right, and you don't want that. So turn off smooth, divide it a couple times, and you want to make sure you divide it enough that you have some polys to play with. Okay. You can always reconstruct subdivision if you go too far. You want to keep your poly groups, whatever. And then, of course, you store a morph art. Make sure you do that. You can duplicate this a couple times. Then you got some backups. All right, let's make a little barnacle. And I'm going to make sure that my reference is up where I can see it. That's the invisible thing. It's not a barnacle. But there we go. Excuse me. All right. Okay, so we're going to sculpt a barnacle. Let's turn on our transforms. So I've got radial symmetry docked here if I want. I just need to turn it to the right. There you go. You want this nice circle. Whee! And I'm just going to build up the barnacle. Doesn't quite look like it yet. Radial symmetry is fun because you can just you can do that. That's what I got into this for. So it looks like they have these kind of like little edge cuts here. Maybe a little bit of edge kind of around it. Turn off symmetry. cut down kind of the middle. It looks like a belly button or something. Nope, too far back. It's weird. It kind of like cuts down the middle. Kind of makes like a Phillips head shape or something. Then it gets all squishy. Make sure we pull this out a little bit. This is why you want to have those outer edges polygrouped, just so you can mask off and you don't mess up your alpha. Go back to this again. Nope, too far. And happy medium. Don't worry about going out of, symmetry at this point. Just embrace it. Smooth out these little, anything that looks like brush made. Add some like little scratches and stuff. Dig in here. Switch to move infinite depth. Try to grab all that too. That's a pretty good little barnacle. Should I make another one? Okay. Mask here. Some radial symmetry. Make the one that looks kind of like a little shell in it or something. I don't know what that is. That's why. Just a barnacle. That's all. Yeah. Not working. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to take the barnacle I've got, or chisel rectangle, make multi-alpha brush. We're going to test it out on this guy. Interesting. Turn my focal shift all the way off, turn my Z intensity down. There we go.
Oh my
Now
god, that was badass!
Oh! There we go. So now I've got like a barnacle cluster here. I'm going to put like a couple like little ones. Then I'll take this one. We'll do the same thing. This one's got like 3. Then we'll do this one. This one's got maybe a weird inverted one. This one's got a row. How about that? Boom. Okay, so now we've got all our little barnacle brush. Go back to your chisel rectangle. Create multi-alpha brush. Now, if I was being more careful, I'd label all of these. Okay. Store a morph target. And then make sure I'm not in symmetry here. I want to make sure that I grab. There you go. And now we've got some barnacles. Okay, for this one, I need to turn the focal shift down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that looks nasty. Just want to make sure that you kind of rotate them around. I mean, that can be the bra, like a barnacle bra.
Oh no!
I don't make the rules.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
We're all about evil. We're all about evil here. Okay. So I kind of started with symmetry, and then I'll break symmetry kind of to add more interest. Yeah, that looks disgusting.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
No, I made it better. That's how we know.
Yes.
Because I'm a sicko. You're all a bunch of sickos. Let's get some just very nicely placed ones. A little Dynamesh. And let's send it over. Take a look at it. See if we like the result. Just punch it over. Yeah, that's cool. It's pretty gnarly. Yeah, the nose is better. That's the first thing that I went to. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, that looks better. Got some barnacles on there. Probably pop some barnacles on the rocks too. But I think we're ready to start. Oh, I need some scales. I think that's the next thing I need. It's just a little bit of scales up top. There you go. Yeah, certifiably scary. Certifiably scary. Can't really see the parasite in the mouth, so I'm gonna have to like pull that out of the mouth a little bit because I want to see that. Right? We all want that. We're all on the same team here. Let's see. It's a good place for some barnacle clusters. Right. Boom. That's cool. Barnacles. Okay, let's do this again. So I'm going to take this and duplicate it and switch it back. This is why we store a morph target. Duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. I'm telling you, if you make it a habit, it's going to help you. It's going to help you. All right, and I'm going to make a scale. I'm going to do this by, let's see, probably less is better, I'm assuming. Just doing that and then pulling out a shape. Yeah, okay, so let's just do like that. Okay. With like a little ridge, that'd be good. We can Alt and hit Alt and Control to sharpen. We're just trying to come up with a cool shape. Okay, that looks kind of cool. Let's pull that out and down. And then turn off symmetry. We can scale that sucker. Scale the scale, right? No. Smooth it down. Add a little arch to it. Okay, now so you'll see that all the polygons are getting stretched. So you can do this. Go to deformation, relax plane grid. What? What did you say? Let me try relax. We're going to play Did He Break It?
Oh no!
Good time to quick save. Am I wrong? Okay. All right, let's polish by features. That's a little bit safer. Choo, choo. That even creates some cool little scales in there. Square plane grid. Huh. Not sure what its deal is. It says whatever I'm doing is not correct. You can't tell me what to do. So we'll just rotate this down a little bit so there's more overlap. Like that. Ooh, that's what's happening. Got rotated. There we go. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do what I do, kids. There we go. I need infinite depth here. This one is just not working out the way I want. So maybe instead of that, I know. I'm just going to do this. We're going to just pull out a shape, keep it somewhat flatter. There we go. That'll give us more geometry to play with. Okay. All right, let's try this. This might work better. I don't know. We'll find out. There we go. Flatten that sucker up. That looks good. Want some ridges in there so it has some interest. Okay. I think that might actually work better. Okay. Chisel rectangle, create multi-alpha brush. You're going to see that pop in. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay. This time we're going to create a row. Oh, that did not turn out well at all. It's funny how that happens. Maybe I had it at an angle when I did it. I was probably messing around. Quit messing with it. All right, let's try that again. Weird. Okay, so I actually made it all worse. That's fun. It's a good thing I already got my my barnacles on there. Well, if you pay attention to the first half of that tutorial, that went well. I'm going to add just a little bit of wrinkling in here. And let's send it over one more time. And I think we're ready for some poly paint. It's going to do some proper scales. Now I'm just going to use the chisel creature. They got a great scale in there. I use it all the time. This guy.
Heck yes!
When it just goes wrong, use the default.
Knowledge.
I don't think I want to do it around the eyebrow. Here. Just a little bit. seem more dragony, I guess. All right. Either way, let's merge this down with the tail. And first thing is I'm going to group this together, make sure that this is not grouped together. Merge down. And I'm going to Dynamesh this time, but with groups turned on. And then I should merge those two groups together. Clear that out. Looks good. I'll do a little bit of kind of patchwork sculpting here. Long ways to go. Ooh, come back. Come back, little mermaid. You can also raise the water level a little bit. About like that. Okay, that's cool. Let's start getting some poly paint. With like 10 minutes to spare. First, I'm going to fill it with skin. So Z plugin, Subtool Master, fill, color and material. Grab the rock. Not that rock. A rock. Okay. I know I did this earlier, but whatever. Color, fill object. MRGB, there we go. Because it's a different material. So this should all be one material. If I change anything, that looks good. Okay. Let's start painting. And I'm debating on like a kind of a fleshy bluish. So let's try something. Spray. Just get some color in there. Lazy mouse off. There we go. First pass is just to see kind of like the major tone that I like going with. Might go more pinkish. Okay, go to adjust colors. I do like yellowish. Yellow. Also seems kind of good, like right here. I like that. Okay, there we go. Do a little bit of masking, peaks and valleys, or smoothness. Let's try smoothness. So I like to sample the, kind of base color, go a little darker. Just kind of get some tones in there and see what I like. think we need some reds in there. Kind of like a salmon color. A little darker red now. Okay, maybe for a cavity pass. Turn off the mask. Push into some of those cavities here. Just remember, with color, you got to go through it with layers. You just got to build that up in layers and layers. Any of these kind of like tendrils get slightly darker. And then start applying a little bit of an alpha to my spray. I'll kind of wash it back a little bit. So you kind of go hard and then pull it back. Let's get the eyes colored. MRGB. Let's do jelly bean. Fill object. The nictating membranes here. Let's go light pink. This can be toy plastic, and we'll fill object there. Let's see if I did this correctly.
Excellent.
Scary shit. Get those teeth locked in. Okay. Just doing RGB here. Sampling color. Come here. I do this all the time. Sample the color. There we go. Then from the hair, or it's kind of like hair, but I'm just kind of sampling a little color up here so it kind of blends and then bleeds into the other darker tone. And then splitting up so they have a little variation there. Getting close. Color fill object. Gonna do it. There we go. Maybe light fill object. Try to get all the back too. Can't ignore that. Some bright colors underneath. Maybe, I don't know. That's pretty cool. It's cooler when it's darker underneath. There we go. All right. Teeth. Gonna merge these down. I'll add a little bit more variety to them. Oh, later. I just kind of want to shrink them down a little bit. Polish my features. So they're like nice and thin, scary. Add some character to them. That was the other thing, is I gotta pull that parasite out. think that'll be a task for next time. I think that's going to be a task for next time. I'm going to go ahead and send it over. We're going to take a look at it. It's getting scary. Now we lost our material. I gotta pop this guy open in a little bit. We're going to do the same thing with this and this. That should be it. So that also means we need to kind of... Oh, too much. Let's go like... There we go. Just needed to punch up the lights.
Hey, that's pretty good.
It's getting there. It's getting there. Like a good another session on this, and I think it would be in a good place. Need some color on the coral. So this is fun about this is I can unlink this material now. And we can even apply a little bit of opacity in the form of a color fade. If I get it to work right. There you go. And we can actually see through it a little bit. And I'll have to do the same thing up here. I didn't color that at all. It's okay. Let's get eyes beaming up here. Okay, let's do some translucent candle wax on those teeth. Two translucents, and we're going to drop that. What's going on? The refractive index, that's what's going on. Yeah, it's looking fun. Now it's starting to get there. It's getting close. Only thing is that she looks a little bloody with the barnacles. That will change with color. So let's sit for a minute. Maybe a bluer hue might be... I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to play with color. That's, I think, a journey for another week. We're going to save it. Make sure we save our files, and then we're going to call it a night. Remember, always save your files. So not bad. Okay. Hey, thank you so much. Yeah, and yeah, right on. Well, I'll do some clay renders because that'll also help tell what's going on. Once we break this up a little bit more. So not done yet, but we're getting close. Hopefully before MerMay's end. So there you go. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Hope you had a good time. If you want to contact me or Matt Millard, you can find me at MonsterMash042, at Jared Krichevsky on Instagram. Matt Millard is at itchytasty_, and at Matt Millard 3D. Please check out his work. He will be joining us next week as we continue on our road to Monsterpalooza. Only 2 weeks left. Oh, man. But we got some surprises in store. We're basically going to just share everything that we're going to be bringing and talking about our journey getting from there to here. How did we get here? How are we still sane after all of this craziness? Because, man, the story of all this craziness will be etched in stone. Anyway, thanks to James for running it. Tonight, thanks to Gnomon, School of Visual Effects, the MIT Visual Effects in West Hollywood, California. Thanks to our sponsors, Lenovo and AMD. And thanks to Matt Millard for all his hard work on all of this stuff, man. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Thanks to all of you for watching, hanging out with me. If you're working on some monsters, let me know. Share them with us. We'd love to see what you're working on. We will catch you. Yeah. I do. See you next time.